We're going inside the program today with MMI girls basketball. New segment here on SSPTV News, and Coach Vince Villa is with me right now. These confides, don't get used to it. This isn't our set. I said I feel like I'm Bob Costas when they do the Winter Olympics and he has that beautiful set behind him. We're actually inside the MMI library here. And Coach, it's year 2 or year 3 for you in charge of the
year 2 for me.
Okay, and it's 3 years since the program went on a hiatus for 1 season.
Yes.
So you're coming back, trying to build the program back up. How do you feel it's progressing?
Honestly, I think we found out the other day that we actually qualified for the District 2 championship game at the arena in Wilkes-Barre. From my perspective, and the girls will tell you as well, it's a year sooner than I expected. I made them a promise last year that eventually we would get there, not really putting any sort of date to it. But we got off to a very good start this year and was able to catapult that into a district playoff berth. What
made you think when you came into the program to have that confidence to say, hey, and tell your players, I think you're going to have this success, we're going to be here in X amount of years by the time you're seniors? What gave you that confidence? I
saw what we had from an athleticism standpoint, and just from my experience of coaching over the course of 30 some odd years, the girls were willing to buy in, which doesn't always happen.
You coached at Marion.
I did for 13 seasons. Paul Bruto's been a good person for me to always go back to and speak to. He's been a good resource for me. And I love him like a brother. So Kim and Julie actually benefited from working with him last spring at my insistence with a little arm twisting from her mom, because they didn't want to do it. And rightfully so, the perception of the Marion kids in relationship to where our kids were from a basketball standpoint is night and day. So to convince them to play with him during the spring was a very hard sell until they got in the gym with him and he saw what they were all about. And I think the reason that she's so successful, Kim, at this point, is because she was able to compete with and on a level with the Marion kids, and rightfully so. The reputation there is well deserved. There's no question about that. Talking with you, you said that maybe some of the girls on your team thought you were crazy when you were pointing out what they could do. Do you think other people maybe thought the same thing when they were like, this guy's going to go in there? You know, basically you're building a program up from top to bottom, and then the success you've seen so fast. I'm sure behind my back they're rolling their eyes, you know. But I always tell them I can see it and I can hear it. So it's a matter of buying in, and they really have. I mean, you know, did they believe it? That may be a better question for Kim. Yeah. But like, I'm not really surprised at her success, you know, because I kind of know what's in her heart, and I know how she goes about everything when it comes to whatever she puts her mind to, and she goes all in. And it's a good example for everybody else because they're all the same way. So they see it. She's been a good leader for us because they see that she's capable of it, and she's not always the most confident about it, but whatever she needs to do for you, she'll do. And you can't teach that attitude. We're going inside the program, the MMI girls basketball program, here with junior point guard Kim Mentler. Kim, what was this season like for you guys? You said the first win was a big one for confidence-wise. Take us through and why you think that was so important.
Well, it was against Weatherly, and in the past when we played Weatherly, we've been blown out by at least like more than like 30 points probably, and it just, we never really expected that it would even be a close game, let alone being able to win. So just seeing that we were actually able to like win against a team like that, we kind of just had more confidence going into like our future games.
Some people might just look at it on paper and say, okay, they had the 3 wins, they got to it, but I mean, this really was a big step in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, starting like last year, we had a bunch of girls that had never even played basketball really, and we're all like starting to like just get better and like play together as a team, and like I feel like you can see that, and we just have fun.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it, and good luck rest of the way of that district championship game coming up, so look out for the MMI Lady Preppers.